Joined in studio now, Jason L. Koubi from Acadiana and Pastor Ken Lazard of Destiny of Faith. Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Good morning. Excellent.
Great. Lots of stuff going on, especially in our area. Acadiana-wise, we went to a great lunch a few weeks ago where Acadiana was a big part. It was the A-Biz, 50 businesses. Really great to see all the activity that's going on in our area. We hear a lot about the economic downturn, but it's great to see the communities that are the businesses that are still striving and thriving in our area. And I think that in big part because of Acadiana and the work that you're doing.
Yeah, we've got a stronger, more diversified base than we have ever had, but we have got to continue building on that, which means that even in difficult times, we have got to work together to make our community stronger and to do the things that we know will bring additional opportunities, economic opportunities that will make us more competitive, that will bring our community together so all of our people can participate in that progress. And one of the biggest opportunities we have, and I believe, Rob, that this is the single biggest project opportunity we've had in our city's history, in our region's history. And that is the I-49 Lafayette Connector. This is so much more than just a highway project. And the highway project part of this is incredibly significant because it will connect us to other markets around our state and around our country and around our world. And that brings economic development to the Lafayette area. But it's also incredibly important because there are so many challenges in the heart of our city that have been unaddressed for many decades. You've got neighborhoods that are cut off. You've got hundreds of acres that are tied up, that are either undevelopable or where there's a big disincentive for development, and as a result, folks on the north side have less access to goods and services and less access to job opportunities. There's environmental issues that need to be cleaned up. The I-49 connector is the only plausible way to do it. And so that's why Acadiana is teaming up with other community organizations. That's why we're working closely with Pastor Ken Lazard and his team. We've been talking seriously with the Senior Pastoral Alliance because we believe no change is no option. We've got to move forward with urgency. That's what we're doing. And the great news is that as we've talked with pastors who lead congregations on the north side, what we've learned is they see the same opportunities.
Awesome. And so, Ken Lazard, Destiny of Faith, tell me a little bit about the Alliance to Build Bridges, something that you and your group are a part of as well. With the I-49 changes coming, what does it mean for your community and kind of your thoughts on the project?
Well, actually, for our community, it's going to be for us the economic stimulus that we've been needing for decades, as Jason said earlier, for jobs to be created in that area, even though we're talking about years away. It provides us the opportunity to begin to train our community, workforce for our community. A lot of individuals in our community, they don't necessarily have the transportation to drive to the south side. So we realize that once the I-49 connector begins to start, and especially once it's finished, that it's going to drive different commerce to that area, whether we're talking about apartments, whether we're talking about other retail spaces or restaurants. It's just going to be a great economic boost for that area, and then also for the beautification, because we have some blighted areas in that community as well. So we realize that with the DOTD and others, that a great plan is being defined and established what these communities can look like in the future. I happen to be a developer in that area, so we begin to move mixed income into a low-income community to bring a balance. And in the area that we have been working in, it's like night and day. That particular area is like an oasis in the middle of a desert. So the science behind it is to find individuals that have a heart to invest their families, not just their dollars, in the community. And then, of course, when you're doing that, the schools become better. One of the schools that we have adopted is Alice Boucher. I'm speaking of now of Destiny of Faith Church. Is Alice Boucher Elementary. But the Senior Pastoral Alliance was formed with all of the pastors that pastor predominantly African American families in that area. Was formed so not only we can pastor our church, but pastor our community, because we realize that not everybody in the community go to our churches.
Well, this necessarily isn't on the I-49, portion of it, but I'm kind of interested in your take. The Louisiana Avenue development. It seems as if there still would be room for apartment complexes, and I know we talked to Councilman Boudreaux, first name, Kenneth Boudreaux, yes. About kind of a push for that, but we still haven't seen that happening.
Yes.
Do we have to worry about that same thing with this renewed push on the I-49 as far as bringing mixed income development?
I think we have to be very sensitive in staying focused on the balance.
Mm-hmm.
The apartment complex, there is a big need for the apartment complex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shortage. But at the same time, we want to see the balance. When we say balance, we're talking about income balance. That we're not talking about low-income housing being concentrated only in one area of our city, but being disseminated throughout the city. These apartment complexes that's being built now for low-income use, they're being developed now where you can't even tell that there are low-income individuals living in those homes. Mm-hmm. So, but when you have an area that's so concentrated with a certain income, when companies like Costco come in and they're looking for average income in a home, then they don't necessarily build on that side of town.
Gotcha.
because of the income.
Makes a lot of sense. Jason, tell me what's next kind of on the agenda as we start to wrap up. One Acadiana, big events coming up?
Well, there's a lot that's always going on. You can check us out on our website, oneacadiana.org. That's a good way to get the download of activity and see what we've been up to. There's a big event coming up tomorrow morning with Matt Stuller that you guys should check out. But the main thing I want to get across today is that particularly as folks drive to work this morning, and it's probably roads are probably pretty clear right now, but I know they're going to start stacking up. We have an opportunity as citizens of this community in this region to make a difference, and so I want to make sure that everybody out there recognizes that there's an opportunity to communicate to folks in public office. When you see your elected officials, you don't have to do a lot, but let them know that the I-49 Lafayette Connector is important to you.
Yes.
That you understand what it means, not only for your morning commute, but you understand what it means for economic development and diversification in our city, for making the drive in and the drive out of Lafayette more attractive, more beautiful, to make sure that we have a gateway corridor that represents how beautiful the heart and soul of this place is. We need the physical expression of that as you come in and out of our city, and we've got an opportunity to do that. So people need to speak up.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, Jason Koubi, One Acadiana, and Pastor Ken Lazard from Destiny of Faith. We appreciate your time, guys.
Thank you.
Great to be with you.